everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can probably guess from the title, today's video is my everyday makeup routine featuring this look. So if you'd like to see which products I use and the super easy routine that I follow every day, then please keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually put my hair back. So I'm using this Primark headband again, which you may have seen in one of my previous videos. So that just keeps the hair off my face. The first thing I would normally do, which I have already done, is apply a moisturiser. I don't always use the same moisturiser every day because I have quite a few different ones that I like trying out, and also it kind of depends on the time of year and the seasons, if it's hot, if it's cold, etc. But today I used this one from Primark. This is the Primark PS Naturals Daily Moisturiser, which you may have seen in my recent Primark video where I tested out their skincare. So I've already applied this to my skin. I actually applied it probably about 15-20 minutes ago, which normally I would apply it and then pretty much straight away start my foundation. So it has sunk into my skin. I don't usually wear a primer, but because I put my moisturiser on quite a while ago and it's really sunk into my skin, I am going to use a primer today. And I'm going to use the Urban Decay Brightening and Tightening Complexion Primer Potion. So I'm just going to put a little bit on. My mirror is actually also behind my camera, so please excuse me if I'm looking in that a lot because I kind of need to see what I'm doing. So that is the moisturiser and primer done. I've already wet my beauty blender. I actually washed it last night, not that it really looks like I have. I wet it this morning so it is ready to be used. This is the foundation that I use. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin 24-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. I've used this probably for about the last 2 to 3 years. I actually tested this on my channel however long ago. I've used it ever since. I have tried a couple of different ones since then, but this has remained my favourite. So this is what I'm going to use today. And I wear this in the shade 2.1. I did this once when I was applying it to my chin and it completely missed and it just went straight onto my lap and onto my jeans, black jeans. That mark has never come out. I'm just saying. And now I'm going to go in with my damp beauty blender and just blend that out. So make sure to blend it right up to the hairline. Don't want to miss any bits. Okay, so that's my foundation pretty much done. So now I'm going to go in with concealer. And I use the Makeup Revolution Supersize Conceal and Define Concealer. And I use this concealer in the shade C5. So it's a little bit lighter than the foundation, which is great for sort of highlighting under your eyes and everything. So I'm just going to apply some. And then I just go over any little blemishes as well. And then that's just ready to blend out. That is pretty much all blended out now. So next I'm going to use some powder just to set my face. I use the Laura Mercier translucent powder and I use the big fluffy brush from Spectrum Collections. This is the A00 brush. The writing's come off so I can't really show you. So firstly I am going to set my under eyes. So I'm just going to go back in with my beauty blender and just apply a little bit of powder under my eyes just to sort of set that in place whilst I do the rest. You actually don't need much of this, which is good. And then I'm just going to buff away the last little bit of powder that I set under my eyes. So that's the powder done. The next thing I use is bronzer, and this is the Hoola Benefit bronzer, which is my favourite. As you can see, I've gotten through quite a lot of it. And I'm using another Spectrum Collections brush. I think it says C07, but the writing's come off, so I can't really tell. Make sure to blend it down the neck as well. Once I've done my bronzer, I then go in with blush. This is from NARS and this is the shade Orgasm. To apply this, I use the Spectrum A05 brush. So I only apply a little bit of this. Now it's time to do my eyebrows, so I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. So it's a double-ended brush. I'm not sure what this one is actually called, but it's a double-ended brush from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade. This is in the shade Soft Brown. I'm going to use a bit of a close-up mirror for this one. And then I just go around my brows with some concealer, so I'm going to use the same concealer as before. And then I just use this flat brush from Studio London, and it's just a nice brush to be able to define the eyebrow. And then I go around the top and the bottom actually of the eyebrow. And then sometimes I'll go over the concealer with this fluffy brush again, just to take away any of the shine that may have come up from that concealer. And then I just use the spoolie brush to brush through my brows, just to remove any product that might have built up and to sort of brush the hairs into place. Once I've done that, the next thing that I do, and I don't really follow, I mean, I guess I have my own particular order in terms of the way that I apply everything, but I don't think there really is a right and a wrong way. Just do whatever you find the best works for you. So next up, I then go in for my eyelashes. Currently I'm using the Illamasqua mascara in the shade Raven. Firstly, I like to curl my eyelashes. I don't know where this is from. I know I bought it in Superdrug, but I think it is a particular brand, but I can't actually remember. Any of these lash curlers will probably do the same thing. I'm just going to curl my lashes first before I apply any mascara. And this part of the process doesn't hurt, at least it shouldn't do anyway. If it's hurting, then you're doing it wrong. You literally just grip the top layer of your lashes and just squeeze a few times, but you don't pull on them, you don't trap, at least you try not to trap your eyelid in them. As you can see, it just lifts the lashes a little bit before you apply your mascara. So like I say, for mascara, I'm using the Illamasqua mascara. I've been using this one for the last few months actually, since I ran out of the previous one that I was using. So I'm just going to apply some of the mascara. You can already kind of see the difference. I never tend to put mascara on my bottom lashes. I've not ever really done that, and I just don't know why. I don't feel like it really looks that good on me personally, so I only tend to do the top lashes. And for my everyday makeup routine, I don't wear false lashes every day. I only really use false lashes for an event or for a night out or something, but for an everyday makeup routine, I definitely don't bother with lashes. So for today, I'm just going to go in with mascara, and then sometimes at the end, once I've done the mascara, I let it sort of dry a little bit, and then I tend to go back and curl them again just lightly. Okay, so next up I do eyeshadow. For a general everyday look, I tend to use the Hoola Benefit Bronzer on my eyes, and it might sound a little bit weird, but I think that it actually works really well. It just gives you that little bit of colour, a little bit of depth to your eyes, and it sort of brings them out without having to take A, too much time to do like proper eyeshadow, and B, it's super easy to do. So that's why I tend to do this one pretty much every day. So to apply this bronzer as eyeshadow, I use the Spectrum B06 brush. It's just a small little fluffy brush, and then I just sort of lightly apply it onto my eyelid. So I tend to put a bit more on the outer corner and just sort of blend it into the middle, into that crease. And then you can kind of blend it down to that outer corner, just to make it blend a little better. But that is my hack for super simple eyeshadow without actually having to use eyeshadow. And it's such a nice soft neutral colour that I just think works really well. So that is why I tend to use that. And then for highlight, I use the Becca Cosmetics Champagne Pop Highlighter. As you can see, I've used it quite a few times. And then for this, I use another Spectrum Collections brush. But somehow the handle of this brush came off. I think when I tried to clean it with my Style Pro, the handle just came off, and I don't know where it is, so I can't tell you which brush this is, but it's one from Spectrum Collections. And then I'll just put a little bit down the centre of my nose as well, and then just on the top of the bow of my lip. And then I actually tend to use my finger for this bit, but I'm going to put a little bit on under my brows, on the brow bone, which really just helps to illuminate your eyes. And then lastly, I finish with my lips. So for lips, as you may have seen from one of my previous videos, from my beauty favourites of 2019, I use the Kylie Cosmetics lip liner in Cocoa K with the Illamasqua lipstick in the shade Bang. Before I actually apply my lip products, I tend to put on something like Carmex just to prep my lips. I only put a little bit on, not with the same finger that I just did the highlight with though. And I just apply a little bit of this. Once I've done that, then I go in with the lip liner. And then just like my eyebrows, I tend to go around my lips with a little bit of concealer just to help define them and also wipe away any excess lipstick that may have gone a little bit out of the line. Also want to make sure that it blends, because you don't want to leave a concealer line around your lips, so just make sure that you blend it out. And then that's pretty much what I really do for an everyday makeup look. The last thing that I will do though is apply a little bit of this, which is the Makeup Revolution Pro Fix Makeup Fixing Spray. So I'll just give it a shake. I always actually tend to spray a little bit out first because it doesn't always come out straight away. There we go. So then I just apply that to my face. And then that just helps keep my makeup in place all day, and that is all I really tend to do for my everyday makeup routine. So yeah, this is the finished look. I like to keep everything looking quite natural, quite basic, quite simple, especially for every day if you don't have a lot of time in the mornings. This is quite an easy routine to follow, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give the video a thumbs up if you did, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video.